Money follows focus. It's a simple statement, but one that most people fail to truly understand. They think money is about intelligence, luck, or connections. They believe that working harder, chasing the next shiny opportunity, or jumping from idea to idea will eventually pay off. But the truth is far harsher. Money gravitates toward those who can direct their attention with precision. Distraction is the silent wealth killer. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't look dramatic. It doesn't feel dangerous in the moment, but it destroys progress quietly, day by day, opportunity by opportunity. Every time you check your phone without purpose, scroll through social media, answer a call that doesn't matter, or say yes to something irrelevant, you're paying a cost. Not in dollars, not in minutes, but in your ability to concentrate. And concentration is far more valuable than time because time alone is useless without direction. You can spend 10 hours working and produce nothing meaningful. But 1 hour of deep, undistracted focus can change the trajectory of your life. Millionaires know this instinctively. They protect their focus as if it were gold because it is. Distraction feels harmless, even natural. Our brains are wired for novelty. A notification, a new idea, a trending topic, these hijack attention without us even realizing. It feels like life is moving forward because we're busy, but in reality, we're moving sideways. Progress doesn't come from motion, it comes from direction. Money doesn't reward the busy, it rewards the deliberate, the patient, the consistent. Think about the difference between someone who chases every opportunity versus someone who locks in on a single goal and refuses to budge. The first person spreads themselves thin. They're everywhere but nowhere at the same time. They start projects they never finish. They attend events, meetings, and calls that add little value, and they wonder why wealth eludes them. The second person, the one who protects focus, becomes a magnet for results. They finish what they start. They master their craft. They build momentum that compounds over time. This isn't luck. This isn't genius. This is focus applied relentlessly. Focus isn't just about avoiding distractions from outside. It's also about taming the distractions within. Thoughts, doubts, insecurities, and temptations constantly compete for attention. Millionaires learn to silence the noise, to prioritize ruthlessly, and to commit to tasks that matter most. They understand that every decision is a trade-off. Time, energy, and attention are finite. What you choose to engage with determines the outcomes you'll achieve. Distraction masquerades as productivity. Checking emails constantly, attending unnecessary meetings, skimming through information, and trying to do a little of everything makes people feel busy. But busyness is not wealth. Wealth is built on focus, repetition, and strategic patience. Every moment spent scattered is a moment that could have been invested in mastering a skill, building a network, or creating value. Over time, these small, seemingly insignificant choices accumulate, and the difference between the distracted and the focused becomes exponential. The most successful people in the world aren't chasing the next thrill. They're not overwhelmed by chaos. They've learned that attention is the real currency. Protect it, guard it, nourish it, set boundaries, eliminate distractions, and commit to depth over breadth. Money will follow naturally because when focus is strong, your actions are aligned, your decisions are sharper, and your results are inevitable. Distraction is the silent wealth killer because it hides in plain sight. It seems harmless until it has already stolen years of your life. But focus, real, relentless focus, is the antidote. It turns potential into results, dreams into reality, and ambition into wealth. If you want to win, you must master the art of attention, because when you do, money doesn't chase you. It follows. Millionaires win by saying no more often than they say yes. It's a simple truth, but most people completely miss it. The world wants you to say yes. Every notification, every request, every invitation, every opportunity is designed to pull your attention in 10 different directions. And when you say yes to everything, you give your energy, your time, and your focus away freely. Saying yes feels polite, safe, even productive, but in reality, it's the fastest way to dilute your impact and delay your success. The people who become wealthy don't get there by pleasing everyone. They don't attend every meeting, entertain every idea, or chase every opportunity that comes their way. They protect their yes, they reserve it for what truly matters, because every yes has a cost, every yes is a trade. When you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to everything else that could have been done with that same hour, that same minute, that same burst of energy. Most people underestimate that cost. They think opportunities are endless. They're not. Time and attention are finite, and that scarcity is what makes your ability to say no a superpower. Saying no is not easy. It feels uncomfortable. It risks conflict, criticism, and missing out on something that might work out. But the truth is, missing one small opportunity pales in comparison to the clarity, focus, and momentum you gain by protecting your energy. Millionaires understand this instinctively. They know that the world will always offer distractions disguised as opportunities. And they've trained themselves to filter ruthlessly. They've learned to ask one simple question before saying yes. Does this move me closer to my goals? If the answer is anything less than a resounding yes, they don't hesitate. They say no firmly, without guilt, without hesitation. This ability to say no creates freedom. It creates space. It allows them to focus on the things that actually generate results, because results are not born from being busy. They're born from being deliberate. One clear, focused yes has the power to create 10 times more value than 100 scattered yeses, and this is why the wealthy are rarely overwhelmed by minor obligations, social pressure, or random opportunities. They've mastered the discipline of selective commitment. Most people think being productive is about doing more. It's not. It's about doing less, but with more intensity. Saying no is the secret weapon of the wealthy because it protects the one resource that cannot be replaced, their attention. Every yes that isn't aligned with your highest priorities steals time, focus, and momentum. And the thing about time is that once it's gone, you can't get it back. No amount of money, connections, or luck can reclaim a distracted hour. Saying no also creates respect. People learn to value your attention when it's scarce. Your time becomes a signal of your worth. When you're always available, people take it for granted. But when you're deliberate with your yeses, you create authority, influence, and control over your environment. Saying no isn't just a strategy for productivity. It's a strategy for power. Wealth isn't about saying yes to more. It's about saying yes to less. It's about cutting through the noise, filtering out the distractions, and focusing relentlessly on the actions that compound. Millionaires win not because they chase everything that glitters, but because they master the art of refusal. Every no is a brick in the foundation of their empire. Every yes is carefully chosen, deliberate, and strategic. If you want to achieve the kind of wealth that lasts, the kind that grows exponentially, you must learn to say no, to say it often, to say it clearly, to say it without apology, because the ability to refuse, to prioritize, to focus on what truly matters, this is not just a habit. It is the difference between mediocrity and greatness, between chasing fleeting distractions and building lasting wealth. Focused time compounds faster than money ever will. Most people think wealth is about making the right investment, landing the perfect deal, or finding luck at the right moment. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. Money is a byproduct of attention applied consistently over time. Time, when focused and undistracted, multiplies results in ways money alone cannot. 1 hour spent in deep concentration today can create opportunities, skills, and decisions that pay off for years to come. And yet, most people squander it, treating time as if it were infinite, as if being busy equals being productive. Compounding isn't just a concept for finance, it's a principle that governs results in every area of life. The knowledge you accumulate, the habits you build, the connections you nurture, and the work you put into mastering a skill, all of these grow exponentially when time is focused. Think about learning a skill. 1 hour of undistracted practice every day for a month creates far more mastery than 10 hours of scattered effort. The results don't just add up, they multiply. That's the power of focus. Distractions are the opposite of compounding. Every time you switch tasks, scroll through social media, or answer an unimportant email, you interrupt the process, you break momentum, and compounding requires continuity. Wealth grows faster in the mind of someone who protects their time than in the bank account of someone who chases every shiny opportunity without strategy. The most successful people know this instinctively. They guard their schedules, they eliminate interruptions, they dedicate large blocks of uninterrupted time to the work that matters most. Focused time creates clarity. When you sit with one task, one goal, or one problem for long enough, solutions emerge that you wouldn't have seen in a chaotic, distracted environment. Creativity, innovation, and insight are born not from busyness, but from sustained attention. That's why millionaires often speak about deep work or flow states. They understand that the most valuable results don't come from doing more, they come from doing better with concentrated effort. Every minute you spend scattered, fragmented, or unfocused is a minute lost forever, but every minute spent with purpose compounds. It builds skill, reputation, and momentum. Time is an investment with the highest return imaginable, yet most people treat it as free. They rush from task to task, seeking quick wins, thinking that motion equals progress, but motion without focus is noise. Noise doesn't create wealth, it creates exhaustion. Focused time, however, grows quietly, invisibly, and relentlessly. Compounding also works psychologically. The discipline of protecting focused time trains your mind to resist distraction, to prioritize ruthlessly, and to pursue long-term gains over short-term gratification. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Your productivity multiplies, your decisions sharpen, and your confidence grows. That's why the wealthy achieve more in fewer hours. It's not about working harder, it's about working with intention. It's about making your time count exponentially rather than linearly. The real irony is that money can't buy this kind of compounding effect. You can hire people, invest capital, and buy tools, but you cannot buy the compounding benefits of sustained, focused attention applied by your own mind. That is a resource that compounds uniquely and inimitably. It's rare because it's hard. It requires discipline. It requires patience. It requires saying no to distractions, fleeting pleasures, and the endless noise of the world. So if you want to accelerate your wealth, your results, your impact, protect your time like it's the rarest asset you own, dedicate yourself to focused hours, cut out the distractions, go deep, stay consistent, and let compounding do the work. Money may come and go, deals may rise and fall, but focused time, the kind that compounds, builds a foundation no one can take away. Clarity creates momentum, chaos creates exhaustion. It's a principle that separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who endlessly spin their wheels. Most people operate in a fog, juggling too many ideas, too many responsibilities, and too many distractions at once. They wake up with a list of tasks that feels infinite and a mind that's fragmented. They move from one thing to another without purpose, thinking that activity equals progress, but it doesn't. Busyness is not achievement, chaos is not productivity, momentum is born from clarity. When you know exactly what matters most, when your mind is focused on one goal at a time, energy begins to flow naturally. Every action feeds the next, every small win compounds. You start to see patterns, anticipate problems, and make decisions faster because your attention is concentrated on the right things. The more clarity you have, the more effortless your forward motion becomes. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, small at first, but growing bigger and faster with every rotation. Chaos, on the other hand, kills momentum before it even begins. When you try to handle too many things at once, nothing gets the attention it deserves. Your energy spreads thin, decisions become harder, mistakes become more frequent, and progress slows to a crawl. You feel exhausted even if you've been busy all day. That exhaustion isn't from hard work, it's from lack of focus. The mind is not designed to juggle infinite inputs simultaneously. It thrives on simplicity, direction, and purpose. Clarity requires decision making. It demands that you prioritize ruthlessly. It means choosing a few critical goals and devoting your attention to them fully. Saying yes to everything is chaos. Saying yes to the right things is clarity. This is why high achievers and millionaires spend time planning, reflecting, and organizing their lives. They know that clarity doesn't happen by accident, it's a practice. Without it, even the most talented and hardworking person will struggle to achieve meaningful results. Every decision you make without clarity carries a hidden cost. A decision made in chaos may seem small, but it drains energy and fragments attention. Multiply this over days, weeks, and months, and the impact is enormous. Conversely, when your decisions are guided by clear priorities, every choice reinforces your momentum. Each completed task builds confidence. Each success creates energy. Each step forward makes the next step easier. Clarity, in essence, is a force multiplier. Clarity also protects your time and your mind. When you know what matters, you instinctively say no to distractions, unimportant tasks, and energy drains. You avoid the noise that derails most people. You create a mental environment where deep work is possible, where ideas can grow, and where progress is inevitable. Momentum isn't just about action, it's about the quality of action, and quality comes from clarity. Chaos feels urgent, clarity feels calm. Chaos keeps you running, reacting, and exhausted. Clarity gives you the ability to act strategically, to move decisively, and to conserve energy for what truly matters. The difference is night and day. One leads to burnout, frustration, and stagnation. The other leads to acceleration, growth, and success. The truth is simple. You cannot build wealth, achieve mastery, or create impact while living in chaos. You need a clear mind, a defined path, and a focus on what actually produces results. When clarity guides your decisions and actions, momentum builds naturally. And once momentum starts, it carries you forward faster than anything else ever can. So if you want to escape exhaustion and start creating unstoppable forward motion, you must choose clarity over chaos, organize your priorities, focus on what matters, eliminate the noise, build momentum step by step, and let it carry you toward results that once felt impossible. Because clarity is not just a state of mind, it is the engine that drives every achievement. Your ability to concentrate determines your income ceiling. Most people think wealth is about working harder, having more talent, or catching lucky breaks. But the reality is far simpler and far less forgiving. If you cannot focus, if your mind is constantly pulled in 100 different directions, no amount of skill, intelligence, or opportunity will allow you to reach your full potential. Attention is the gateway to execution, and execution is the gateway to results. The clearer your focus, the higher your ceiling. The weaker your focus, the lower you stay. Every dollar you earn, every deal you close, every project you complete is a product of concentrated effort. It doesn't matter how smart you are or how well connected you are if your attention is fractured. A distracted mind produces mediocre outcomes. A focused mind produces excellence, and excellence attracts wealth. Your income is a reflection of how well you can direct your mental energy toward high-value activities. The stronger your concentration, the bigger the opportunities you can seize. The weaker it is, the smaller your results, and the smaller your income. Concentration is rare because the world is designed to steal it. Notifications, social media, emails, meetings, opinions, and endless distractions constantly pull at your attention. Most people think they're being productive, but in reality, they're performing busy work while their real potential slips away. The wealthy understand that focus is a resource far more valuable than money itself. They guard it, protect it, and invest it carefully. 1 hour of deep, undisturbed concentration can create more value than an entire week of scattered effort. That hour compounds. That hour builds skills, knowledge, and results that scale exponentially over time. Your income ceiling is not determined by luck. It's determined by how long and how well you can focus on the tasks that truly matter. Can you spend hours mastering a skill while ignoring distractions? Can you sit with a problem until the solution emerges? Can you persist when others quit or get sidetracked? The answer to these questions defines the limits of your earning potential. The stronger your concentration, the higher the ceiling. The weaker your focus, the sooner you hit a plateau. The difference between average earners and high earners is not always intelligence or creativity, it's concentration. A person with moderate talent but exceptional focus will outperform a genius who cannot direct their attention. Wealth compounds in the same way as skills do, through consistent, deliberate, focused action. Every distraction you allow reduces your ability to scale. Every commitment you ignore shrinks your results. Every fragmented effort pushes your income ceiling lower. Concentration is also about selective focus. It's not just the ability to pay attention, it's the ability to pay attention to the right things. Millionaires don't chase every opportunity, they identify the most valuable targets and apply their full attention to them. They ignore the noise, they ignore the small, unimportant details that drain energy. They invest their focus where it multiplies. This is how they break ceilings that others can't even see. Your mind is the engine of your success. If it's scattered, your output is limited. If it's disciplined, your output is unlimited. Every extra hour of deep focus, every moment spent fully engaged on high you work stretches your income potential. Every hour spent distracted, multitasking, or chasing minor distractions reduces it. The math is simple, but the discipline is hard. Most people fail because they underestimate the power of concentration and overestimate the importance of being busy. If you want to increase your earning power, the path is clear. Strengthen your ability to concentrate. Protect your attention like it's a precious asset. Build habits that eliminate distractions. Train your mind to stay on task, to think deeply, and to persist relentlessly. Your income ceiling is invisible. It's determined by the limits of your focus. Break those limits, and you open the door to opportunities, results, and wealth that most people only dream of. Because the truth is brutal but empowering, your focus sets your ceiling. And if you master it, there is no ceiling you cannot shatter.